It's a really cool tradition. We have 32 vehicles and 32 graduates that are going to go forth with picking up their vehicles on February the 6th. Prior to that, we like to take a good look at those to make sure they're very functional. No mechanical issues. Then we take them down to the installers and make sure that the installers have checked all the lighting so that when we send these vehicles out, that they're pristine vehicles, for knowing that they're been utilized before, but we want to make sure that we send our troops out in an appropriate fashion. We have an assembly line, so to speak, that we go forth with washing the vehicles, then getting them waxed. The desire is for us to make sure that we're putting out a product that we would feel comfortable driving ourselves, being a road trooper myself at one particular time. We really like to just take a part in going forth with helping and assist the mechanics and the installers out here. Everybody here tries to take a piece of that, and take pride and ownership of what we're doing for the individuals out here. We really hope that it's going to be a nice and pleasant day, because there's a lot of standing outside. Photos will be taken, families will be a part of it. So we really hope that it's a nice and pleasant day. February 6th, where we fire the engines up on them and begin to pull them out at 6 o'clock in the morning, begin rolling them out. And then at that particular time, we'll start staging them over at the museum.
There was one year it was cold and it was snowing, but other than that, that's the only time I remember. Getting them over there was a challenge, but so I don't remember it being this cold. We'll take our time, we'll make sure that each one is parked where they're supposed to be. And now come back under it. Yep, just like that, just like that. I got it harder, yep. Harder. And hopefully very straight and look good. Now straighten it up.
Steve is very meticulous. He's been doing this for quite a few years, and he loves this process.
Keep cranked hard. Let's get you over just a little bit. Whoa, whoa, come on back.
This is the part that we all look forward for.
Whoa, perfect.
As far as for getting the rookies in their car. It's a proud day.
I'm going to tell you from our staff out of logistics, congratulations, and you guys have obviously had a couple of big milestones in front of you, whether it be the academy to this FTO training, because there's evidence of you sitting here waiting to get that car. I will tell you that you have had people touching you as you were here this morning throughout this entire process, from HR to training to logistics to the clothes you wear to the cars you'll eventually get into. So there's a lot of parts and pieces and a lot of dynamic that goes into what makes this process so worthwhile for you here today. I doubt that there's a trooper in this room that does not remember that day for them as far as receiving that first car. You're going to hear it, and it's not to say that it's gloom and doom, right? You're going to hear people talk to you today about being careful in these cars, not driving beyond your capabilities, etc. These cars are different than what we dealt with in the past. In the past, we had a program where we had high-performance vehicles, our Mustangs and our Camaros, compared to the slower Crown Vics and Chevy Caprices, etc. of the days in the past. Well, I would offer to you that some people would argue today that pretty much everything we drive as far as these Chargers are a high-performance vehicle to some extent. They're a beast. You know, they'll do whatever you want them to do for the most part, and some things you don't want it to do. So you have to be careful and be mindful of that. You got to remember that you want to be safe about it, because at the end of the day, you want to be the one to take your own uniform off and not somebody else because you're not able to. I'm going to introduce Captain Jay Naraki. He runs that whole logistics program, and his staff. Some are here with us today, some are not. From the quartermaster folks to the mechanics to the installers, the folks that really help make this stuff possible for you this morning, of course, under the guidance and directions of the superintendent. With that being said, I'm going to push this off to you so you can introduce your staff captain, and then we'll push this off to First Sergeant Hannon and the superintendent.
Yes, sir, Major. Thank you. Again, my name's Jay Naraki. I'm captain of the OIC at Field Support Services. And as Major also intimated earlier, we have been with you guys and gals since before you took the offer for conditional employment. When you came in and got measured for uniforms and vests, when you were ready to attend the academy, my staff, the professionals I work with, have taken care of you every step of the way. And I've got some of them here with me, so I want to introduce who I have with me today. Miss Vicki McCown. You all have seen her. She's our supervisor in charge of quartermaster. Next to her is Miss Kay Keener. She works in audit for us, does inventory control for us. Barbell Harney, my secretary and right-hand person at Field Support Services. Back there, the big tall guy with the gray hair, the distinguished looking man, Steve Moore. He's our fleet manager, been around at least 32 years. We've been worried about your cars that you're getting today since, like I said, we knew there was going to be a recruit school. This is a good day for us as well because we're getting rid of these cars, turning them over to you guys, and we've already started worrying about the next class that's coming. We'll be interviewing and testing very soon. So we've already started that process. Also back here at the back table, Willie Jones from quartermaster, Miss Michelle Thomas, my custodian, Jasmine Edmondson from quartermaster. She's the lady who usually picks up the phone when Barb doesn't pick it up when we're trying to transfer around, trying to get you connected with the right person at quartermaster. I currently don't see any of my other staff, my installers or my mechanics. We've been busy, like I said, bringing your cars, which we washed and waxed and serviced. We went over them 3 times. We went over them mechanically once. We went over them as far as the installation portion twice. So these vehicles are ready for you. They're as good as any vehicle we have in the fleet that's not brand new off the truck. We've put a lot of money into them. This class here is different than any of the others. They all have the same light bar package. So you guys are all kind of unique. In the past, we've had 2 to 3 different light bar packages. This time, everybody has the same light bar, so that's kind of neat and different. We wish you the very best. We've worked our tails off to support you, get you ready for this day, and we're looking forward to it.
There's 2 or 3 days that I remember on this department, 3 or 4. This is one of them, and it'll be the same for you. Congratulations.
You know, sometimes we think time just kind of barely moves. But it doesn't seem like it was a year ago, or almost a year ago now, that we did this the last time. And this is a highlight day for me, for a number of reasons. But it's amazing to me to see what's happened to you over the course of this period of time. And this is the last time you'll be together as a class. There's no doubt about that. You might see each other in groups at the fair, at one of the races, or at a major event around the state of Indiana, but this is really the last day. So if you close your eyes and think of that first day at the academy, just think of what's happened to you. Just think of what's happened to you. But this is an opportunity for me today to give you some ground rules for when you leave here today, because you're going to leave here feeling like Superman. Every one of you. And you kind of are. However, Superman bleeds. And I can't believe I'm in my 6th year as the superintendent of this agency. Never in a million years did I think I'd get to do what I'm doing. But I remember on day 1, with Mark French by my side, the things that we worried about in equal order. 1, what do I do when something bad happens to an Indiana trooper, personally and professionally? And 2, how do I protect the governor and his family? Those are the 2 biggest concerns that I had. I had no idea what was about to come. And at that time, we lost a trooper every 1.71 years. So as you all know, and you better know, we've lost 43 troopers in our time, and 3 civilian employees. And at that time, it was every 1.71 years, but we haven't lost a trooper since 2008, and a motor carrier inspector in 2010. So what does that mean? I hate to say it means we're due. And I want you to know, if you overdrive that Dodge Charger, it will kill you. You heard Jerry Williams talk a minute ago about driving it to your abilities or something like that. When you leave here today, understand that car will bite you. Last year, about 340 cars we were involved in about 340 crashes around Indiana. The vast majority of those weren't our fault. So what does that mean? Those rearview mirrors and mirrors are for a reason. Where you position that car, no matter what it is you're doing. And those mirrors are for a reason. Don't ever climb out of that driver's door assuming everybody behind you sees you. My fear is you climb out of that driver's door and all you see is a headlight. It's all over them. So please, 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 I'm begging you, when you're out there all by yourself, pay attention to that. Secondly, tonight, tomorrow, whenever it is, you go out on that first shift. You're going to put your seatbelt on, you're going to start that car, you're going to grab that steering wheel. There's not going to be anybody else there, but pretend there is. Pretend it's a combination of every one of your FTOs. Some that you like, some that you didn't. Some that you learned from, some that you didn't. But put all those things into one package and set that person down in that passenger seat. And all will be well. All will be well. Really important. This experience has been, your experience, your personal experience of recruit school and of the FTO process is really important to us. Really, really important. By the 28th of February, don't forget this date, by the 28th of February, I want a 2-page document from each of you. And do not turn this in. That's happened before. By the 28th, a 2-page, no more than a 2-page document outlining your experience in the academy and in FTO and how they marry together. Now, it's not going to be perfect because we aren't perfect. But I can tell you, the training staff within the ISP, I would put them up against anybody in the nation. But they also want to continue to evaluate and read about what we do and why we do what we do. So it's important. Put some thought into this. It's a short assignment with a lot of information. So by the 28th, a 2-page document emailed directly to me about this experience. And I want to know the good and the bad. If it's all good, you're going to get a call from me. If it's all bad, you're probably going to get a call from me too. So I want to please marry them up. Marry them up. Marry this experience up. These documents will make it better for the next class. And that's what this is all about. I don't want to get too far into this without acknowledging Jerry Williams, Jay Naraki, Steve Moore, everybody that makes this possible. We have a retiree in the room, Jim, where are you? Jim Hollingsworth, Colonel Hollingsworth. Colonel, where are you? Back in the back. Colonel Jim Hollingsworth in 1965. I'd be willing to bet if Colonel Hollingsworth came up here to talk about his experience when he got his first police car, it wasn't anything like this. Well, that doesn't happen by accident. It does not happen by accident. What I see happen over the course of the year, they're already planning for this next class, is absolutely extraordinary. When you see these folks out and about today, tomorrow, next month, next year, and 5 years from now, don't forget to put your arm up on the shoulder and tell them thank you. They make it possible for us. Most of us dressed funny like us are absolutely essential personnel. If you don't get a chance to come to work today, for whatever reason, generally speaking, life's going to go on. But our dispatchers, the vast majority of our civilian employees, the folks that make this all possible, everything that we have, touch, feel, experience possible, it's them. Please don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. They make us whole. They make us whole. Really important. Okay, now some personal thoughts for you. We've talked about this before. What you're about to experience, we could never possibly have prepared you for, but we tried. We tried. You've heard me use these words before, but I'm going to use them again. It's probably the last time you hear me say them. But death, dying, destruction, hurt, pain, and sorrow are going to become part of your day-to-day lives. Death, dying, destruction, hurt, pain, and sorrow are going to become a part of your day-to-day life. Every single one of the people standing behind you are here for you. Why are they here for you? Because they have lived the same life. And it's not normal. So what do I mean by that? Like we told your families on graduation day, you can't expect your mom and dad or spouse or significant other, whomever, to understand what you experienced. So don't expect them to. Don't expect them to understand. Don't expect them to. So what does that mean? Hell, I have no idea what that means. But it means you got to talk to them and understand that you see the world differently. I can close my eyes and remember so many horrible things that these eyes have seen, like everybody else in this room. And we want it to be better for you. So what that means is we all surround one another. Yeah? We're all going to surround one another and understand. Understand that. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Don't be ashamed to let somebody know that 4-year-old that you saw dead that bothers you. Don't be afraid. Please, don't be afraid to talk about that and ask for some help. The luckiest guy in the world to have to be able to represent and stand with all these people that are standing around you. At the end of the day, there is nobody on this planet I'd want surrounding me other than the folks standing around you. So I hope that means something to you. I really, truly hope that it means something to you. And eventually you'll understand exactly what I mean. Many of you have already experienced critical incidents, and they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. When everybody asks me about my experience in my days as the superintendent, I tell them I had no idea what happened from around Indiana over the course of any given day. And I'm so extraordinarily proud of the way in which we respond. It's not going to stop. It's just not. So, it's up to you. It's up to you. You get in that car every single day and you decide, okay, what's the day bring? The answer is going to be, I have absolutely no idea. But I'm going to give it all I got. I'm going to give it all I got. I don't care about numbers, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care about numbers. I never have and I never will. What I care about is that you go out there every single day and you give it all you got from the time you come to work till the time you go home. And then go home. And then go home. I'm a stickler for cleanliness of the inside of that car. So I'm going to throw one over the bow today. That car represents every single one of us and those that have died wearing this shield. And the whole nonsense about workhorse and show horse, I've heard it all. I'm not asking for an inspection-ready car. I'm asking for a car that when somebody looks inside the window, they're proud of what they see. Not disarray, not cups and fast food bags, and papers and envelopes and the like. You all know what I'm talking about. It's not that hard to keep it clean and orderly because that's who we are. That's who we are. Please remember that. There's not many times that you'll see when you park your car at a restaurant or a mall or wherever it is, wherever you're going to take it, that somebody's not going to walk past that car and look inside it. And what do you want them to see? What do you want them to see? It's rhetorical, and I know you know the answer. Please take care of it. You remember when we pinned your ISPs on you down in Scatatuck in the early morning hours, and said, don't ever discredit this agency. Remember that? If you have to ask yourself if it's right or wrong, 100% of the time, it's wrong. 100% of the time, it's wrong. So please remember that. Please, please, please remember that. As I close my comments and remarks, gosh, I wish I was you. And I'd be willing to bet 99% of the people standing in this room wish they were you. That's pretty cool. No other profession on the planet Earth gives us the capacity and the ability to have the relationships we have and to be able to do what we do. I jump into your class at a moment in time. So I hope you remember that. Understand the value and the importance of who you are and what you represent each and every day. It's a tremendous opportunity that thousands and thousands and thousands of people wish they were you today. Now, many of those thousands of people wouldn't want to go through all the rigor that you went through to get to where you are today, but a lot of people want to be you. And there's a lot of people in your communities that are going to look at you and go, that's pretty cool. Pay attention to who they are. Drag them along. Maybe they'll be like you and become a trooper one day. Who knows? Who knows? But you have this tremendous opportunity to enjoy every single day. And I really, really hope that you do. Probably the most important thing that I've said today, and I hope you remember, is all these people standing around you. Man, things I've seen them do for for guys and gals in this agency is something that I'll carry with me the rest of my life. And many of them don't even know I watched. It's just unbelievable to me what we do for each other within this agency. And we don't always like each other again, but that's part of human existence, right? At the end of the day, though, you have this tremendous force field around you that nobody can penetrate. They just can't. I'm going to turn the floor over to First Sergeant Hannon.
Superintendent talks about, remembering this day. February 1986, the day before my 22nd birthday, I picked up my car. Here last week, Captain Iraqi gave me probably my last new car. My first car, I took it home and I put it in the front yard of my mom and dad's house. I ran in, knocked on the door, made them come to the front. And I said, "Look what I got." Brand new state police car. My first one. So this time when I picked up probably my last police car, went home, parked in the front yard of my car, or front yard of my house, knocked on the door, my wife and my 2 daughters came. I said, "Look what I got, my brand new car." Everything. It's a special day. Be proud of it. Take care of that car. From a training aspect, I tell you this, and we talked about this a lot at the academy. You get to rewrite reports. You get to redo dailies. You get to redo some things. You don't get to redo gun battles. Stay up on your firearms. You don't get to redo fights. Stay up on your DTs and your physical conditioning. And you don't get to redo crashes. They'll kill you. Okay? So remember those 3 things. All right? So, one of the things that we also talk about a lot at the Academy is our fallen troopers. So today I'm going to present a plate, a memorial plate, from Lieutenant Gary Dudley, who was the Academy commander, who was one of our fallen troopers, to the #1 person in your class, and that was Collins, if you'll come up here real quick. So Collins, you'll get to we'll run this on the front of your car, and remember what it stands for.
I get the packets ready for the commissions, the registration, their keys, the tag that goes on their keys so we know which key fobs go to which cars, and then they go in the vehicles themselves. And they have that. Congratulations, be safe. And they're signing for paperwork. One is a shipper that shows their radios, their printers, shotgun, evidence kit, first aid kit, and then they sign a work order showing that car, what kind of vehicle it is, and everything about the vehicle.
You are the most photogenic police officer that I know. You smile and your whole face lights up. Freaking awesome.
Great day today. I've been waiting for this for about a year and a half, ever since last November. Today's a great day. All the hard work has paid off, and it's a great day today.
Very excited. It's a big moment for us. Been working up for this for a long time. So looking forward to going out there and doing some real work.
Oh, I feel great. It's been a long time coming to this day, and I still can't believe it's here. It's a great feeling.
It's a crazy feeling. You think back it's been probably a year in the making for this one day, and you can't describe the excitedness. It's unbelievable. It's a cool feeling. You're gonna get out on your own. You get to do what you want to do, and it's a humbling experience though. So it's awesome. It's an awesome day. I remember being absolutely terrified, but then come graduation day, it was all worth it. So you think back and you can laugh at it now, but you got all the good memories and all the friends you've made along the way. So it's a great experience. It's fun. I wouldn't trade this job for anything else.
Very proud of this. Probably the first thing I'm going to do to my car is just get it home and get it ready for work.
I absolutely no words to describe how I feel about today. It's a long process, and it finally came to fruition. Started last year. I applied in November, went to the academy in May, graduated in October, went through my FTO period, and now we got our cars today. From going from applying to actually being here and getting our cars and graduating, at the time, I never thought I'd graduate the academy. Like, I felt like I'd be there all day, every day, and graduation never come. Same way with FTO, never thought that would be over with that. Never thought we'd get here and be here getting our cars. Oh, I'm so excited, so stoked. I can't believe I told my mom, because my mom and dad were here, and I'm like, this is my car. Like, this is my car. So, can't wait to drive it, can't wait to get home. I'm actually gonna go meet my boyfriend and show him my car, because he wants to do law enforcement too.
It feels great to be here. I'm gonna go home and show it to my wife. Can't wait.
It's
been a long road, but this is the day we all look forward to at the very beginning.
It's been a good experience so far. I just can't wait to see what's to come.
Oh, it's very rewarding just to see the look on their faces when they get their cars is what's the coolest thing, I think, and watch them drive out. It's a sight to behold, if you want to say. It's pretty cool seeing all them lined up and going out together as a whole, and that'll be the last time they're together, as a group, as a whole.
It's really neat and enjoyable to see the cars drive out all together at once, and then you do feel that sense of relief and everything went well. But you're right, you come back that very next day that we're going, all right, we need to start planning for the next year.